Hello everyone, I'm in Huddersfield again, and this time I'm at Edgerton Cemetery. I've seen it called both. Just come to have a look. A specific memorial that I want to have a look at, but there are other reasons as well. But this is the kind of entryway gatehouse, and it's currently up for auction. It's an impressive building. Semi-detached lodge, so that one with the that's not boarded up must be in use. This is the cemetery. It was opened in 1855 following a local commission that recognised that a couple of graveyards in Huddersfield were full, basically, and that the only way to bury people in them was to kind of disturb someone who was already there. And obviously that time there had been a recent cholera outbreak, so there was a need for burial space, and this is what they came up with. I mean, it is impressive. Look at this. So these are the chapels of rest, and as was typical in Victorian times, they were side by side. One for Church of England and one for what were described as non-conformist, which is basically anyone who wasn't Church of England. Now the roof's fallen in on one of them. And they do look fairly secure, but let's have a look. So I haven't come to... Oh, hello. You alright? There's a woman just been feeding me. You must think that I've got something as well. You do look well fed, lad. Figured out that I've not got out. I've not come to video graves, because that's not really what I'm about, but these are impressive. I'm guessing these, well, I'm not guessing, I can see the dates. These are obviously the sort of Victorian and the early. There's one there for 1913. But walking down from the gatehouse, these would have been the first, amongst the first graves that were put here. And there's a couple that are actually in, well, behind the gates. But they're impressive, aren't they? I mean, how did you have this much money? 1893. There you go again, squirrels eating. Right, I'm going to have to go and look at something else. I don't know what to do here. I thought there might be a way in. I mean, that gate, the fence is doable, but I can't see anything once you're in. I thought I thought I'd seen like a gap behind one of those doors, but well, there just isn't. outdoors. You can see the roof's kind of collapsing. Well, not kind of collapsing, it's collapsing. I think this is going to be another frustrating one. Okay, so another that doesn't, well, it does look original, but obviously it's been secured and it's not original. I'll have to give up on this one. Right. Just take in some more of this, and then I'll see if I can locate the memorial, which is like a part of the reason I wanted to come. I like that, that's interesting. I mean, obviously the crosses are, you know, they're obvious things to do, but some of the other stuff, it's like why, what, you know, why that pillar, why that sort of, you know, that it looks like a church tower, doesn't it? But this is what the other thing I came to see, if that failed, and it did, was the Booth Factory Memorial. So there was a fire in a clothing factory in 1941, and you'll go, oh, 1941, Jim, so it was bombed then, was it? But it wasn't, it was nothing to do with the war. It was actually a discarded worker's pipe. It started a fire, and 49 people, mostly women and young girls, were killed. Now the Booth factory, and I'll find a picture, was a 5-storey Victorian structure. I mean, it looked magnificent in its day, but it didn't have external fire escapes, as most buildings didn't back then. The fire alarm didn't work, the fire alarm was faulty, and there was only one spiral staircase inside, internally, and a lift, and of course people got trapped in the lift when the power went. So yeah, 49 people died, and I'll go down and see if we can see. There's nothing left of the Tesco there now, but there is a memorial there as well. But there was a remembrance ceremony some years later, I think 2013, but I'll correct myself if that's not right. But obviously it's in living memory of a lot of people, and yeah, a number of people dying needlessly. Just get that tower, last look at that one. I said I won't film Grace, but she's impressive, isn't she? Start that again. She's impressive, isn't she? 1941, age 86. Now, the lady who was feeding squirrels has just told me there's a big war memorial. I don't know why I can't speak today. There's a big war memorial down here, so I'll see if I can find that. Just sort of taking this cemetery again. So there's another part of it here that looks boarded up. Don't know what this would have been. A groundskeeper's place, or I don't know. Ah, here we go. Oh wow, look at that. Step back. So this cross of sacrifice is one in design and intention with those which have been set up in France and Belgium and other places throughout the world where our dead of the Great War are laid to rest. Their name liveth for evermore. I mean, whatever you think about the history of, well, everything and wars, these which you find everywhere are really, I think, deeply moving. And the sort of fact, the innocence of these memorials after the Great War, and a sort of genuine belief that obviously people need to remember it, absolutely, but that war wouldn't happen again. And we know that that wasn't true, hasn't been true, but they're still, well, I think deeply moving to see, always deeply moving to see. Actually, as I was walking up from the War Memorial, came to this section here, and the names start to change from sort of obviously English names to sort of more foreign sounding names. And then I spotted this little bit, which is like a little Polish plot, which I think is really interesting. And you know, I was thinking that must be a fairly recent thing, you know, and a lot of the dates are like this one, 2008, but like that one's 89, and then there's one over here, where is it? I have no idea what language this is, I'm guessing Polish, but like born in 1899, died in 1974, so it just speaks to the fact that, you know, we've been multicultural for a long time, and I know at the moment that feels a bit of a divisive issue for lots of reasons, but people have been coming to this island for a long time, and this is testament to that. Just a last look. I know it's frustrating that I can't get in, but equally it's good that it's trussed up. It's a grade 2 building, and people can't get in and graffiti and start fires and piss about like they do. But it questions, what will you do with that? I mean, you know, my usual sort of dig at grade 2 listing. Why would you let this rot? You couldn't build anything else here. So hopefully something can be, you know, I don't know what cafe or picnic area, I don't know, or, you know, heaven forbid, a place of worship and remembrance again. Another on my list of ones to watch. Anyway, that's it for this. Thanks for watching. So I spotted this as I was driving past, and I thought it was Art Deco, but it's not. It's a neo-classical style building built in the late 1840s by the wonderfully named Piggott Pritchard. It used to be a police station and a court. Now it's Yaz headquarters, but it's really interesting. You can see why I thought it was Art Deco, can't you? These kind of arched roofs are interesting. Anyway, it just caught my eye as I was driving past.